Okay, so I just did another Watch Mojo video that will probably never be uploaded, probably until the end of the month. But at least we got something I did not expect to see. A new CinemaWins video, but not just but it's not an everything great about. It's actually an analyzed video. I remember that. I remember he started doing some analyzed videos. CinemaWins, Lee from CinemaWins would do these things. Yeah, actually, this is one of the top reveals here. Cinema Wins, yeah, face reveal. I remember at the end of the Iron Man 2, everything great about Iron Man 2, like, once the internet saw who he was, uh, yeah, images. Um, Cinema Wins on Twitter. This is what the guy usually looks like. Right here. Yeah, look at that beard there. And then, dude, I remember, I think he was at the, yeah, I do remember it. Uh, yeah, Cinema Wins. Like, he had a beard. I remember seeing the beard from Lee. Yeah, a man named Lee Boucher. And, his beard was so long, it looked a lot like Jordan Vogt Roberts' beard. And I was like, he's got a beard that resembles Jordan Vogt Roberts. Uh, but yeah, I do remember him doing analyzed videos. So, um, there's one now for uh Invincible, out of all things. Then there was a Kylo Ren video he did. But that was back when he was like starting. Kylo Ren True Identity. Oh shit. True Identity. Oh shit. I remember that was there. Just to give you a point of what I'm trying to say, I'm gonna go back to oldest videos. By the way, Pixels was not his first video. It was actually Terminator Genesis, but then it was taken down. I remember he did a Kylo Ren's video, but that video is no longer on YouTube, unfortunately. Yeah, he just kept cranking out all the good content. Sunshine, Alien Covenant. Let's see, The Equalizer. Oh yeah, really tragic but worthy cause. Yeah, lessons anime. All right, so he did a Avengers for Avengers Endgame theory. Someone has to die. Lessons animation taught us. Um, I do remember there's the one excellent scene thing, the thing with the X-Men stuff. That he one time did. Uh, where is it? I know it's here somewhere. It has to be. Yeah, Logan's last run. I remember that. And but yeah, I'm always excited for a new Cinema Wins video, and it's because I think since he's recently had a kid, you know, he has to like, I think he's taking a bit of a, what he's had two kids now, so yeah. I'm all happier for Cinema Wins. I mean, yay for fatherhood. All right. You got this for 7 minutes. One villainous scene. Invincible takes the subway. Oh, dude, I remember when I saw this scene. It was so intense. Like, I mean, the final episode was so intense. Like father versus son, the gore, the amount of carnage. It was like un. It was ungodly. Oh god, the subway scene. For me, the subway scene was like gory. One villainous scene. Invincible takes the subway. What does Lee have to say about this? Let's see. Invincible is an adult animated series that contains graphic violence and gore, but animated. I just don't want anyone stumbling onto this video thinking I'm about to dive into a kid show. You have been warned. Also spoilers.
It's funny how quickly things can fall apart. One day it seems like you have all the time in the world, and then the next, it's gone.
That scene.
What was that all about? It's supposed to be an upbeat episode. Alright, check it out.
What?
What was that all about? It's supposed to be an upbeat episode. Alright, check it out. Invincible is another show where a writer asked, what if Superman, but bad? In this case with Robert Kirkman's graphic novel, and now on Amazon in all its over-the-top glory. Like most everyone who watched Invincible, I loved it. It surprised me. The ending of the first episode where Did I say spoilers? Spoilers. I'm gonna spoil every...
This scene was so intense. All the card. Oh god. I'm still. It's like the Fear Street Part One when one of the characters goes through the bread slicer. It's like, oh, I remember. Oh god, this scene was intense when I saw it.
single critical moment of the show, so go away or stay and be spoiled. Anyway, the end of the pilot where Omni-Man is revealed is so dead nuts perfectly crafted. I actually want to talk about a different scene, but this show got me to drop my jaw in its first episode. Every pre-credits scene is a generic superhero story setup. A slight twist from the norm, focusing on a family rather than an individual, but by and large, bad guys attack the White House and extremely cliche heroes show up to save the day. Very minimal blood, violence seems to be toned down even when compared to, like, the Batman cartoon. And then, bam! Headsplosion! A complete and total tone shift, and, most importantly, a betrayal of what we're expecting. The first twist isn't just a narrative twist, it's a genre and visual twist that lets us know what the Guardians of the Globe felt. Well, at least from the surprise standpoint, this looks painful. The point is, outstanding setup for what to expect from the show, the unexpected. And that brings us to this scene. Mark has just learned that his father is a villain, and not just a villain in the come on, let's rule together, no biggie, it'll be fun kind of way. He's a psychopath who murdered all the other superheroes just so he'd have an easier time taking over. And in a matter of a few minutes, Mark learns that his dad has no concern for human life, and arguably doesn't care about life at all, like to an insane degree. It had been hinted at when he went to the Flaxton planet, but I think that most of us were holding out hope that this was an isolated incident, or maybe not isolated, but like maybe he would...
They kind of set it up where he was like, Earth isn't yours to conquer. So it was kind of in the second episode where he's on that separate planet where they age faster or something. And it's like, so he wants no threats. Especially because from what it's been stated that Viltrumites are like, practically enemies of everyone around the galaxy in the series.
was just mad because they beat up Mark?
Earth isn't yours to conquer.
I mean, sure, but as humans, I guess we assume everyone likes us and we're special. Plus, he had a human wife.
She's more like a pet.
That that was like rough. When your own wife is there and hears that, it's like,
To me.
Right. Point taken. There's no excuse. Nolan comes from the might is right school of thought. On steroids. I find it interesting how absolutely garbage his logic is and how similar it is to, let's say, those that subscribe to the might is right philosophy and how it exposes their garbage logic? Admitting that your partner and mother of your son is no more important to you than a golden doodle because she only lives a fraction of your life and therefore doesn't matter is utter nonsense. And look, I know about the theory of how time works for immortal beings, where years start to feel like days, and it does make sense, but no one is immortal, so we'll never know for sure. The most likely outcome is that you'd go insane, aliens notwithstanding. But for starters, I wouldn't kill my dog simply because she has a much shorter lifespan, and when people's hamsters or chameleons or even beta fish die, they're generally pretty freaking sad about it. I mean, my 1-month-old is pretty weak and dumb so far, Nolan. Does that mean I should... Generally pretty freaking sad about it. I mean, my 1-month-old is pretty weak and dumb so far, Nolan. Does that mean I shouldn't bother keeping her alive? She's also only lived 1/432nd as long as me, so how could I possibly care about her, right? No way I'd throw myself into a writhing pit of white spikes for her, right, Nolan? No, Nolan is using his... I'd throw myself in...
What movie is that? I can't remember. What is this movie? It's gonna hurt me. What movie is this from? Wait, is this from the Tomorrow War? It says White Spikes.
432nd as long as me, so how could I possibly care about her, right? No way I'd throw myself into a writhing pit of white spikes for her, right, Nolan?
Okay, White Spikes. So it is the Tomorrow War. It's been a month since I gotta rewatch it. I really liked it. I haven't really gone back to rewatch it, but I thought it was a pretty good film.
No, Nolan is using his longevity and strength as an excuse to believe in and perpetuate his massively flawed supremacist outlook. And obviously, sitting in the audience, again as humans, we're not meant to commiserate with the god being murdering a city. Although, I doubt the similarities between this scene and the finale of Man of Steel are lost on you, dear viewer. Spoilers for Man of Steel, I guess, too. The main difference is the focus. While Batman v Superman attempted to address the massive loss of life that was only implied in Man of Steel itself gives us one family and forces Supes to kill Zod to save them. I mean, Zod literally forces him. But Invincible is different? For this finale, Kirkman didn't just have one pilot die or even one child as the hammer to nail his point home. In fact, I think it's fair to say he didn't even use a hammer to nail the point home. He smashed the nail with an excavator bucket, destroying the house in the process. It's a house we're nailing with all these points, right?
No.
Unlike Man of Steel and Invincible, we focus on the death. It's the message Nolan is trying to tough love into his son's mushy head that nothing matters when you're us. He even goes so far as to try to act like Mark doesn't matter to him. It's funny, I remembered this scene differently because I thought it was a big allegory for how terrible tough love can be and how it never works, probably because I'm a dad and choosing anything over my son just does not compute, but it's actually Nolan choosing to beat his son into submission only to learn that he was wrong, that some things and some people do matter, but I'm getting ahead of myself. What I love and also hate about this scene is the seemingly gratuitous escalation of violence. It's stomach-turning. I found myself shocked by what I was seeing, which is impressive because it's the second time in the show. It's an escalation from the first time my jaw hit the ground. I had expectations of how far they'd go visually based on that scene, and they were smushed into goo. The gore, the literal guts, it's revolting. And because it's animated, my brain says, maybe this is okay to watch? But I know I'll be thinking about it later. And while the visuals are repulsive, that wasn't what really hit me. It was the casual ending of life that stuck with me. It's not like the show had ever been bashful about killing humans, but I still felt like a line had been drawn in the sand about how far they would go. And then the bodies started dropping, and it was clear that no one was safe. So the intense hyper-violence combined with the trauma Nolan puts his son through, because let's be honest, this subway scene is traumatizing, and I was just watching it from a screen, not living it with my face. It's just so brutal. Like the first scene, it feels beyond anything mainstream we've seen in recent years. I can't turn my eyes away, but I can't truly look at the screen either. It's so next-level violent, so heartless that we're...
Yeah, it's what I'm saying. It's like, you just don't want to look at it, but at the same time, you have to. It's like the sun. You can't look at it too much, but you just, like, want to see how long you can stare at it.
Stunned. Almost to the point that we forget Omni-Man's point is very, very incredibly stupid. His whole argument sucks. And that's not a critique of the writing. I believe the character is a deliberate critique of that might is right mindset held by supremacists and fascists and hate groups and bullies who never grew up, who never grew out of the need to win every scenario and punish the marginalized in the process. Ultimately, there's a lot more in here concerning imperialism and fascism, and who knows where the show is going with it all, but one thing is for certain. It all comes crumbling down when Mark blindsides his dad with the answer to one question.
What will you have after 500 years?
You, Dad. I still have you.
And that's it. All Nolan's bloviating amounted to nothing. His senseless mass murder was just that. Senseless. It changed...
Hold on, let me just respond to a question here. I just pause. Sorry.
Changed nothing. Mark may be from another planet, and his blood may be almost pure, but it's the human side of him that unwinds the god. Mark's quiet, simple words paint a picture of the value of human life that a subway tunnel soaked in viscera couldn't cover. So even though this might not look like the face of a hero who won, Omni-Man loses. Well,
Also, I wonder how they're gonna do it in season 2, because it's been confirmed there is gonna be a season 2. You know, there's actually like the slight. No one ever talks about it, but it's like when Omni-Man flies away, and there's like a small tear. He's probably gonna be, accused of mutiny, and it's like I don't know how they're gonna. I don't know what's gonna happen, and that's a good thing. Probably gonna have to avoid all the trailers though, so I don't get spoiled. Oh, who am I kidding? I am gonna see the trailer for season 2.
hello there. If you don't already know, this is a huge collaboration set up by Nano V Movies, much like we've done in the past, this time in celebration of James Gunn's Suicide Squad coming out. And while you'd probably expect the movie guy to pick a movie, I wanted to talk about Invincible because I really like the show, and I don't usually get to talk about TV shows, so there's that. But check out the playlist. There are a bunch of other awesome videos from a bunch of your favorite YouTubers, all talking about one scene with a villain in it, or, one villainous scene. As for the next Everything Great About video, it will be next week. And I very bizarrely referenced it in this video because I planned on doing it before this video, and then it didn't happen, so now it's gonna happen after. Alright.
Marward?
Until next time, Spider-Man. See, that's I'm a villain now. Okay, bye.
That was from.
You
Oh, it's a Vimeo ad. Help me again, Spider-Man!
created a business. Now, create videos for your business.
I've never seen a Nando v movies. Before. I have actually seen a few videos, but I might have to watch it. See, my dad's gonna train me. Not the Chekhov's gun I was expecting. As a member of the abusive parent community, I would like to humbly direct your offer. Omni-Man loses. Yeah. That one viewer. Is this a kid show? This is what happens when. Yeah, man, the memes are just. Yeah, this is what happens when J. Jonah Jameson doesn't get pictures of Spider Man. Alright. That was fun. I've missed seeing a CinemaWins video. It's not an everything great about, but if Lee wants to, I guess it's because family, personal life. It's not, but and plus these videos take way too. Is the everything great about when you think about it? There's so much that goes into it that it's like you got to point out the details, what's going on in the movie, but what's going on behind, like the background details, the references, how it connects, or foreshadowing or anything, and the opinions, and addressing things, complaints or positives that one would not notice, when watching, or like addressing plot holes, even where it's like, there's a plot hole. Someone was like Guardians Volume 2. You know, there's many people trying to criticize. It's like, why would Mantis decide to say, hey, or people complaining, you know, oh, I don't, the only reason they use the chain is so they can do that hero shot. It's like, no, it's not. The chain, I personally like Guardians Volume 2 over Guardians Volume 1. Why? Because I feel like it's just as good as the first one, if not better. And James Gunn does it in a way. Sorry, I had to respond. He saw me angrily. Just didn't want my mom's voice on. So yeah, you know, yeah, there's just so much. I'm just always glad to have a CinemaWins video come out, and you know, CinemaWins provides us with great content as usual. Mostly, I got it in the video here. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll leave a link to both the video and CinemaWins. Go check the guy out. How many subscribers has he got? 1.86. Don't get me wrong, I also like CinemaSins, but I feel like CinemaWins is arguably better. But of course, positivity won't get as much views as negativity. That is sad, but true, unfortunately. I gotta end the video here. Build me again, Spider-Man!